DreamHack Summer 2013 to, of course, the second day of the kickoff of the summer split here in the European LCS. And what we've got coming up is Team Alternate versus Ninjas in Pajamas. As I said before, a team that is 3-0 against a team that is currently 0-3 and not looking to make it 0-9 as they did in the spring split. So what do you guys think?
Well, it's the two teams with runs, one being good and one being bad. So now, naturally, from what we've seen this weekend, you'd expect that Alternate are going to be strong enough to win this one. However, Ninjas in Pajamas, this is not a team that we should take lightly. Despite the fact that they're 0-3, they still have, and they've always had a huge amount of potential, and Alternate will still have a lot of work cut out for them.
Don't forget as well that Alternate also have 2 victories under their belt today as well. They took out Lemon Dogs in the very first game of the day, then they took out SK Gaming in a pretty one-sided game. They were in in good control of the team fights, in good control of the tempo, even though it was a pretty even game as far as SK was concerned. I think Alternate, if they continue the momentum, they will probably pick up a victory here, but if they get overconfident and cocky, I think that's where the weaknesses will begin to show.
Yeah, we're going to have to see if Alternate can keep the momentum going or if the Ninjas in Pajamas can stop them. So let's check in with Jason and Demon.
Thank you very much, Shock. So we're about ready to get underway. Ninjas in Pajamas, can they pick up their first victory? Because they certainly don't want to head towards 0-4. They'll be getting flashbacks of the spring LCS. But Alternate are on a mission right now and looking to stretch their lead at the top of the league.
Yeah, we've seen so many different strategies out of Alternate so far. 3 different wins, 3 different strategies for each. And it seems like they really came to the split prepared for every single individual team. As you see on your screen, Jayri here can be the support, and honestly, he's been playing quite well lately. He played Fiddlesticks earlier, and it was phenomenal.
Indeed, they've been playing very good. Kraton, I'd love to know what his KDA is right now because he has been destroying people. There's the Elo King himself, Frelon Law. There's no D on his name apparently, it's been cut off. But of course, Aranea, very happy to be here in the LCS. An emotional interview with him earlier on, of course, in that jungler. Played that Lee Sin. And, of course, alongside him is Kerp, the one and only man that uses the trackable mouse. We're never going to let him live that down.
I like how you said, Arne, happy to be here. I'm just like, yeah, he's happy to be here playing, not casting like previously.
Yes, indeed. And, of course, the Ninjas in Pajamas, they may well be a different name unit, but of course you used to know them all as Copenhagen Wars, but they did have a shaky start to the spring split. Are they going to follow the same guys in the summer LCS? They need to turn around this losing streak already. There's Sven Skeren in that jungler. He's going to be a vital part for Ninjas in Pajamas. Bjergsen, he needs to show his power is what he's doing there. Maybe that's what he's going to be able to do with the younger members, and of course alongside him the AD carry, it is the Tess. And down alongside him will of course be Deficio, the man that was manager and coach and now is effectively the daddy of the team.
Oh, he's only 21.
I know, but that's what they call him.
Okay.
Him and his girlfriend are the mummy and daddy of the team.
Very cool. And, looking at them out on the camera right there, we cast them a little bit earlier, and they just seem so serious then, but now they have smiles on their faces, so it leads me to believe that, they've ignored those 3 losses. They're going to come into this one fresh and hopefully pick up their first win.
No team knows better than them of how to overcome adversity and come back. Well, they did end up going, 0-14? I think for a while.
Something like
Not
that.
so good.
Yeah.
Quick fire bans coming through. Zed, Kha'Zix, and Twisted Fate continuing to be 100% banned there for Twisted Fate. Shen and Thresh also being banned out by NiP. Last one, will it be Jace? Or will they let him through? Do they have a plan to deal with him? It is going to be Nunu. That's actually quite a clever tactic. That's taking it away purposely from Alternate, but instantly Jace gets selected for the second time and is still continuing to be 100% pick ban.
I'm like, what? No, that can't be a team up, but I think you're right. I think they have to have some sort of plan for Jace if they're definitely going to let that one go through. And Demon, I was thinking about it just now, and when NiP or Copenhagen Wolves at the time started to actually make some plays and start getting some games, Sven Skeren was on, Xin Zhao, Jarvan. We saw his Jarvan earlier on day number 1. It wasn't too effective, but he's kind of swayed away from that. He's gone, to Evelyn. He's gone to a couple different junglers, but hopefully we'll be able to play something here and really make some plays happen because besides Bjergsen, he really was a big playmaker for the team. They did go with the Ryze, they go with the Malphite, so not sure if that would be a mid lane Ryze, a top lane Ryze, a top or mid Malphite or jungle, because we've seen him everywhere today.
Well, one thing is for sure, Malphite is 0-4 today. He's not having a good day at all, so that may well spell impending doom for NiP already. Kraton picked up 2 quadra kills earlier on Ezreal, so if that gets locked in, he's certainly going to be a strong champion for him. RNA, you can see in strong assertions. Obviously, before, back in the old days, Season 2, he used to be one of the main guys that decided the team comps for SK Gaming along with Ocelot, and obviously you can see the clear discussions that are going on. He seems to be one of the driving forces here for Alternate as well.
Yeah, he's like really the brain. He always has a notebook with him like Ocelot does, writing down strategies, writing down picks and bans, and seeing that Ezreal, you think it's automatically going to go to Creatine, but RNA, he's like one of the first people to actually jungle Ezreal.
Jungle Ez, yeah.
So it always is a possibility. Though Creatine on his Ezreal is ridiculously strong, so I would assume it will be going there, but it does give him that leeway either way. And Nami, I mean, she just came, obviously with the steady buff she's been getting over the past couple of patches, she just kind of came out of nowhere in that sense, and she's been really a dominating force, I have to say.
We'll see what NiP go with. It's going to be the support and AD carry, I suspect. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a top lane Rise and a jungle Malphite. That's what I'm thinking it's going to be. I can't see Bjergsen playing either of those champions, honestly. Sona is going to get locked in, so Deficio will be straight on for that one. What AD carry will the test go with? It is going to be Varus.
Yeah, it's going back to his comfort zone where I believe he picked up a couple of quadras back in the days with his Varus last season. And why not? I mean, you already have a good composition. That tanky front line with Rise as well as with Malphite. And then, of course, with the ultimate of Malphite, you can lock them down with the Crescendo and lock them down with the Varus ultimate. So they have a really strong combo working, but alternate side, just wow.
No messing there. The Blind Monk getting selected once again, and he played very well earlier on against SK Gaming, so why not? And of course, Lissandra, we've already seen Pharrell Nord destroying people with Lissandra. We'll see how that works out for him once again. Final pick here, it's going to be for Bjergsen. What will he go with? Well, it might not be with Bjergsen, actually. We don't know which way those champions could go. We're expecting it to be, though.
I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking to myself, Pharrell Nord, last time when he did this against Evil Geniuses, he had the ability to get into Froggen and lock him down. But here, is he really going to get past that front line and then be able to be safe? Because you have Rise there to obviously help him out, and they don't really have anyone to dive in with him if he does go for that. But it looks like we will actually have Bjergsen on Rise or on Malphite here.
So it is going to be Sven Skeren going on towards Nautilus. That means the support lane. What are we seeing from this, really? Because it's a pretty aggressive lineup from Alternate. We've got the poke from the Jace, you've got Lee Sin that's going to be diving in there. Lissandra's probably going to dive in with him, and then Creaton's going to be sniping away from range.
Well, let's just say this, the damage they have is going to be really strong. It's going to be hard for Ninjas in Pajamas to really deal with it, though they have a very tanky front line as well for themselves, but they want to hop on someone. We saw Froggen hitting Caitlyn in their game, Yellow Star, and just blowing him up instantly just because of how strong he was. And they might see something similar to that as well. It's just all about keeping the Tess and Bjergsen alive, I think, for NiP.
Well, and what are NiP doing? I mean, obviously, you've got Sven Skeren that's going to be going in. You're going to have definitely Goldbro piling in alongside him. Rise is going to be looking to just blow everything up once they're all stacked up together. As long with the Chain of Corruption, you could stack it up. There's potential there for NiP to stack up the ultis, but it always scares me when teams are not quite clicking, that they have to rely on stacking these ultimates up. Of course, you've got Crescendo in there as well. That if they don't land that perfect combo, it just all falls apart.
Yeah, it's very true, but I mean, like we've been talking about with NiP, they're an experienced team. They played 12 weeks of LCS last season, and I don't know, this kind of composition, it's not really focused around Bjergsen where he wants to pick people off and kind of 1v5 the entire team. I don't know, I kind of like it. Maybe it's something they've been working on, this whole new strategy based around team compositions, team fighting. I guess we'll see how it goes.
But we were falling back to the Korean style of, hi, there's a camera.
I never understood that.
So, okay, I can explain the reasoning behind that.
Okay.
It's because it used to be done with not the OGN studios, the GOM studios, which are actually in a high school, arena in a high school. So a lot of the people who used to go into those studios used to sneak in there out of class. So when they actually came, they were like, oh, can't see me on camera, to run down and hide. And that's where it all started from in the Korean scene. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Giving you a bit of
You have a wealth of knowledge.
Today I learned. So we are about to get underway though, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be Ninjas in Pajamas. They are going to be starting as the red team, and the blue team will be alternate as everybody gets underway. You can see NiP looking focused on your screens. There is that gorgeous arena here at the DreamHack Summer 2013. And this is the Summer LCS, the split beginning. And we've seen some pretty crazy games so far. The league is setting out to be very interesting, not what anyone predicted really. Alternate currently topping that table alongside Meet Your Makers. NiP, they are bottom of the table, equal with SK Gaming, not a position either of those guys want to be in.
Honestly though, I love it. I love the fact that a new team can come in that worked really hard and can just shut down these other teams. You know, Meet Your Makers have been together obviously for a really long time, we're able to do it, and Alternate as well, but as we are in a game here, it looks like Alternate is going to be a little bit aggressive here. They're going to run into a ward. I'm not sure if they realize it is they're spotted just yet, but they're going to continue that aggression, and this is one of the few teams to me right now in the summer split that isn't afraid of level 1 action, isn't afraid of really invading and taking away buffs.
Yeah, what I worry about is the old football analogy of the new teams that come in, they'll practice and train as hard as they can, they'll come in fit as a fiddle, and yes, they'll win a couple of games at the start, but once everybody catches up over that momentum of that 9 weeks that goes on, the teams that are always at the top are always the same old guys, and maybe the Fanatics and the Gambits will just rise to the top once again.
And the thing is, what makes League so awesome to watch, to cast, to play, is it's always evolving.
Yes.
And if you're not on that curve of being ahead of the curve, I'll say, and inventing new things, working out new things, then you're gonna fall behind. And I guess it's exactly right. These new teams might fall behind as the weeks obviously do go on. And also, if they have well, I can't think of the word, just the motivation to keep going, the stress that comes with playing an LCS, but either way, we'll find out in a couple of weeks since we are still only in week number 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly there is stress because you can see the fact that the teams who were there took themselves a pretty hefty break, it seems, because they've all fallen behind. Meanwhile, though, Alternate, they are coming in fresh as a fiddle, and you can see immediately the red buff is going to get taken away. Aranea will be picking that one up with the help of Jerry. No invades coming out from either team, no special tactics either, because it is standard meta. Everybody in the standard lanes.
When's the last time we ever said that?
Yeah.
A long time.
Probably the last time we cast together, actually, which was just this morning.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Because we don't get switch arounds too much.
Yeah, but anyways, I want to point out something really quick for Godbro. We know him as a Shen player, a Singe player, someone who's relatively tanky, can do some good damage. His Malphite, he's running 8 flat armor pen and 8%, or sorry, magic pen and 8% magic pen as well. So I wouldn't expect, or I would be surprised to expect sword boots and like a hunting guys to be really aggressive, provide some extra damage that NiP might lack.
Curb is going to be poking. We saw how strong Jace can be earlier on. Curb, did he miss that shock blast? Was he checking for a jungler? I mean, there's no way a jungler would have snuck into that top bush already, but you never know with Lee Sin.
I think he missed it, because
Dallas
was in view from that red ward that we saw Arnea and J-Rigo put in, but either way, I mean, if you're going to miss them early on. Don't miss the keywords you need later.
Don't use your shockwave, the acceleration gate with it. Bubble going on towards the Fisher, a bit of damage going to come out from Craze on there. Just keeping him locked up in that bush. And the test, how do you rate this lane? I mean, Nami's actually been really popular in this summer LCS so far. Sona's a champion that we've seen so many times alongside him, but it's effectively Varus versus Ezreal. That's definitely a lineup we've seen before, but the fact that Nami's now come into it, does that give that lane that advantage?
Honestly, I have to say it comes down to, I guess, their individual skill, because Ezreal, he's very mobile, obviously. Nami can speed him up a little bit, give him a little bit of a slow, also heal him up in lane, but when you're against like a Sona-Varus combo, they have ridiculous poke on you, which you just saw right there at Deficio, but then they have the sustain that you don't really have, because Sona can heal up a lot quicker. So I think it's just come down to if Creatine will get behind it all, if he's going to go that blue build Ezreal, because if he does, he's going to have a hard time doing the damage later on. But if NiP can keep him down, then it's obviously going to work in their favor.
And this mid lane, I'm interested to see how this one's going to work out. There is a pause right there. So for Reynolds versus Bjergsen, in fact, it's Lissandra versus Ryze. Not really a combo we've seen at all of, because this is only the 3rd time we've ever seen Lissandra in the LCS.
I think Bjergsen wanted to play Ryze specifically for this. I think it was kind of a plan on their part, because Ryze naturally build tanky, build a Banshee's Veil, you can sustain the damage that Lord can put down. You're both medium range mages, and the thing is, Ryze, if you go head-to-head against him in medium range, once he gets that tier, his Catalyst, he's going to destroy you, and I think Bjergsen's going to be able to do that. Though, like I said before, it's not really his style from what we know of him in the Spring Split in terms of playing Assassins and interacting with other lanes. He can't split push with Ryze because he's like one of the slowest, if not the slowest. But, like I say, maybe this is something we're working on, and I really want to see how it works out.
It appears to be a pause for
internet.
I think it's...
I'm seeing it's internet from
I'm reading
players.
the other bit from Aranea, and I don't want to say that, but Sweden and internet, well, Sweden internet is pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ordinarily. But apparently today it's not too pleased with our state, so we'll see how that works out for them. But you guys at home, as long as you're not having problems, watching us, that's all I care about.
That is
Because
true.
we don't want to see lags again.
I'm sure whatever streaming platform you're watching on doesn't want to see it either.
Yeah, there's
Just
3
spammed
streaming
everywhere.
platforms today, ladies and gentlemen, so it's not just the one. We do have all 3 covered. Twitch, YouTube, and Zubu, I believe, are covering this event from DreamHack Summer 2013. You can see Emil there working away. Actually a resident Swede, but living with us in Santa Monica. He's come over from the Santa Monica office, but he's going to keep track of the situation. He's happy to be back in Sweden, although probably not so happy with these technical problems. You can see he's on his radio. So Riot are covering what exactly the issue is, and there's me. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are still here. It's pretty warm when these lights get on as well, so we don't appreciate the pauses either, because it suddenly like cooks you. I'm not normally this pale, guys. I have actually seen some of the sun. But unfortunately, these nuclear lights do make me...
You know what? They should put tanning lights in.
Tanning lights.
So that way, when we have pauses...
Sunburn while I'm there. Just get it going.
Well, hopefully we don't have that long of a pause to get a sunburn off of it, but work on your tan while working.
Topping it up. Of course, there's a lot of games in this DreamHack arena. Look at the production, guys. They're turning the lights down for us. Good guy production. Realizing we're pretty warm. We don't really know what the exact pause is at the moment. We're just waiting ourselves to see exactly what it is. And JV doesn't look too bothered by it. He's just chilling. He's one of the only Swedish players in the LCS, I believe. In fact, he may be the only Swedish player.
Like I said, wealth of knowledge, Demon. Didn't know that. But I mean, what do we have coming up tomorrow? Because we still have, obviously, more matches today. We have more matches tomorrow.
Well, it's good that you asked me that, because I can't see.
Well, I mean,
but don't worry, I've got you back. I'm gonna get onto this case.
I was gonna say we have the amateur tournament tomorrow.
We do have the amateur tournament, and it's actually a best of 3 as well. So there's 2 semi-finals and a final tomorrow. Coming up, of course, for the LCS that we currently have, it's going to be SK versus Gambit following this game, so it's going to be a big one right there. Gambit only 1-2 in this league so far, and 0-3 for SK Gaming. Neither team really happy with that. And following that, it's going to be Meteor Makers versus Fnatic. Meteor Makers also on a 3-0 so far. Fnatic did lose their first game against Evil Geniuses earlier on in the day. Gambit then will be facing Lemon Dogs as the final game of the day. And that could be a big one right there, because Lemon Dogs are 2-2. Gambit could be 2-2 at that point. Really seeing which way that one could go. And then, of course, 3 games on the Monday. It's going to be in the afternoon. Fnatic versus Ninjas in Pajamas. And then it's going to be Meteor Makers versus Team Alternate. And the final game of DreamHack will be SK Gaming versus Evil Geniuses. Currently, there is internet issues for the players, which is strange, being that DreamHack has a, what is it, 10 gig line or something crazy like that?
Holy crap.
It's pretty big. It's a big fat pipe straight directed from Telia, I believe. Telia are actually on site, so it's a pretty fat pipe for those guys. So there's internet problems. That's a worry. Someone trip over the cable, maybe? Anyone?
Did you try to turn it off and on again?
Yeah, they could turn it off and on again.
Yeah, might work.
Maybe. Just check the admins, make sure they haven't tripped on anything, Right, please. Looking at the players, and they don't look like they're doing a great deal, so everybody's just sort of sat there waiting.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, they can't really do anything. Like, they can't really discuss strategies or anything like that. They kind of have to sit there and just chill, pretty much.
Sit there and chill.
Well, they can try to with how hot it is here. I wonder how hot it is on the stage, actually.
Yeah, so it's actually a network problem. So, DreamHack, please. There's DreamHack engineers running this way right now. Probably being shouted at over the radio. What have you done? Apparently this might take a while, ladies and gentlemen, as well. So I guess it means we're gonna have a break. It means we're gonna have a break. So go get some food. Go get some noodles. They're pretty good here. The noodles are pretty good. There's a lot of different foods you can have. But everyone at home, go make yourself a cup of tea, a bit of coffee, whatever you like to see, a bit of a biscuit to go with it. Who knows?
You're losing me here with this fancy lingo. Tea,
fancy
biscuits.
lingo. Coffee and tea is not fancy.
Tea's fancy for
Cup of
Americans.
tea, there's lots of cake to go with it.
Gosh.
No? Okay.
Oh,
we're going to go to a break, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back shortly. It is the European LCS, and there is a network issue. Don't go anywhere. We should be back soon. Trademark.
There's a bloom shoots up through the stony ground. There's no room, no space to rent in this town. You're out of luck, and the reason that you had to care, the traffic is stuck, and you're not moving anywhere. You thought you found a friend to take you out of this place, someone you can lend a hand in return for grace. It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day. So let it get away on the road, but you've got no destination. You're in the mud, in a maze of her imagination. Your love is down, even if that doesn't ring true. You've been all over, and it's been all over you. It's a beautiful day. So let it get away. It's a beautiful day. Touch me, take me to that other place. Teach me, I know I'm not a hopeless case. See the world in green and blue. See China right in front of you. See the canyons broken by cloud. See the tuna fleets clearing the sea out. See the bedroom fires at night. See the oil fields at first light. And see the bird with a leaf in her mouth. After the flood, all the colors came out. It was a beautiful day. So let it get away. Beautiful day. Touch me. Yes, I can see you. 'Cause every girl here wanna be you. Oh, she's a diva. I feel the same and I wanna meet her. They say she low down. It's just a room and I don't believe them. They say she needs to slow down. The baddest thing around town. She's nothing like a girl you've ever seen before. Nothing you can compare to your neighborhood. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. The way that booty moving, I can't take no more. Had to stop what I'm doing so I can pull her close. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. Damn girl, damn, you's a sexy bitch, a sexy bitch. Damn, you's a sexy bitch. Damn girl, damn, you's a sexy bitch, a sexy bitch. Damn, you's a sexy bitch. Damn girl. Yes, I can see you. 'Cause every girl here wanna be you. Oh, she's a diva. I feel the same and I wanna meet her. They say she low down. It's just a room and I don't believe them. They say she needs to slow down. The baddest thing around town. She's nothing like a girl you've ever seen before. Nothing you can compare. so addicted to you, baby. Now I'm addicted to your touch. I'm so excited. I'm addicted to you, baby. Now I'm addicted to your love. I can't deny it. My heartbeat, great TV. Great Paris. DJ Assad. I'm so addicted to you. Addicted to you, baby. Now I'm addicted to your touch. I'm so excited. I'm addicted to you, baby. Now I'm addicted to your love. I can't deny it. I'ma dance for me now, dance for me now.
Anytime you need a hug, you know I can be your drug. Yes, I'm addicted to you, girl. No matter when, you got my word. I'ma be there, I'ma be good. Listening, shivering, taking care of anything you need, I'll do. Girl, you got me addicted, yeah. By the way you put it on me tonight, body so electric, yeah. Got me so charged up for your energy tonight. Dip it to the floor. Let me see you work it like you're dancing on a pole. Ooh, let that booty shake, let that booty go. I'm so addicted, so come on, give me some. Addicted to you, baby. Now I'm addicted to your touch. I'm so excited. I'm addicted to you, baby. Now I'm addicted to your love. I can't deny it.
So addicted to you.
Yeah.
the longest way to keep you by me all this time today. Through all of these frozen days, if you were screaming, would you call my name? Midnight sun. Like a flower never knows its name, an icy hour never passed in vain. You draw the curtains on another day, but still the light keeps you awake. Midnight sun.
Right now, it's going to be a complete match restart. It was only like 4 minutes into it anyway, but there was obviously a network issue across DreamHack. And would you believe it? These things do happen at live events, so we are going to get the game back underway without further ado. It is, of course, Ninjas in Pajamas versus Team Alternate. I don't believe it's going to be repicks. I believe it's the same picks.
I believe so.
I haven't been confirmed whether it's new picks and bans. but they are about to get things underway, so let's hopefully he can get straight in there.
I think according to the rules, if it's over like 8 hours, then they can do repicks. So EG, alternate, Wizards.
That's not a lie, it is actually a rule.
Yeah.
If it's over 8 hours. Unfortunately, sadly, I've been part of those rules that have been created and have been caught in that situation many times. So picks and bans are getting back underway. Yeah, it's blind pick, they're getting straight back in there, so it's going to be the exact same picks and bans. Let's give you a quick refresher of what they are. It is going to be for alternate, it will be Jace, Lee Sin, Lissandra, Ezreal, and Nami. And for NiP, it will be Malphite, Nautilus, Ryze, Varus, and Sona.
Yeah, so we were actually talking about these lineups a little bit. We were a little bit surprised, or at least I was, about Bjergsen not playing like an assassin for once, or someone that can just pop you, playing something a little bit more team-oriented, as well as Godbro on that Malphite. So they all kind of want to be team-oriented with their whole composition in terms of look how tanky their front line is going to be. And over for alternate side, RNA on that Lee Sin again. I mean, we saw him play it earlier, did a fantastic job. The ward jumping, the kicks into or kickbacks into his own team, and then of course Lissandra, which I know everyone's excited to see.
Well, you were saying that actually the Bjergsen fact that he's on Ryze, it's quite a good counter effectively to Lissandra, because he's going to normally build tanky, magic resist, get that Banshee's Veil in earlier than he normally would do probably, but it kind of works well against Lissandra, so I expect they thought it was going to come through, because obviously alternate tried to get that Lissandra in there every game to play. Yeah,
it's two medium range casters going up against each other, and in the end, if Ryze has the mana to do it, he can full combo, well not full combo, but he can do more damage in his combo than you'll do back to him. It's all about if alternate can kind of counter jungle the blue away from him. I think that's going to be the key thing, and we know RNA, he's done it previously, he did it back in SK versus Evil Geniuses at Gamescom. I think he might be able to do it again.
So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully the game is about to get underway. It will be the blue team of Alternate versus the red team of the Ninjas in Pajamas. And if you remember rightly, Alternate, they are currently 3-0 up. I kind of knew that screen was about to appear. Whereas they, of course, NiP, they are down 0-3. This is obviously the players just going, well, no, got to quite do this little bit, something here. Something quite right. I'm looking across to NiP and they've all come running back across to them. I don't think it's them.
Yeah, so apparently...
You're pointing at things that I can't see.
Oh, you can't read that? Okay, so apparently the ping issues weren't fixed yet. And people are still having lag problems right now.
Damn, as I believe.
That's a little, it's unfortunate.
Well,
I mean,
this is alternate. You know, they are becoming the new CLG EU. They're taking over the mantle. They had the same problems in the promo series.
Yeah.
The ping is back, is what I've been told by production. The ping is back. I'm pretty sure there's going to be ping now all the time, but I think what they refer to is the lag issue is back, which is great. I absolutely love this because I always get left in the lurch. It is D-Man Please. There is actually a Reddit thread, D-Man Please, by the way.
There's no other person I'd rather have beside me than you right now, Demon. With your experience
with
this.
It's kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm cursed. Who knows? Maybe I'm joining Curse.
What do you, oh gosh.
Along with Chaos, apparently.
Yeah, you remember the story Kripko actually told us about his brother visited EU LCS?
Yeah, I hope he's not here.
Oh, jeez. you never know. So apparently his brother, every time he went to a game, which was them versus WE back in the Season 2 finals, or Season 2.
They're saying good luck, have fun, so they're going to go for it. Okay. So let's get in the game. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope we don't see that poor screen anymore, or the attempt to reconnect, because god damn it, I may well have a seizure. So, Ninjas in Pajamas on your screen right there. You are going to see Bjergsen on Ryze. And you said he's actually not that explosive champion. He can be. If he's allowed to get fed, if he's allowed to get strong, he will burst you down very quickly.
Yeah, easily. It's really hard to deal with that, especially that snare fairly early on. But he also provides decent ganks, which can work with Bjergsen's style if he wants to visit top lane where you're going to have a guaranteed slow. Even bot lane with Crescendo, the Varus ultimate. He's not running teleport, though, which is really key because most Ryzes that we see will run teleport. So he really wants to go for some kills on the Pharrellan Lord.
Ultimate setting that trap up. Normally it's wicked that walks headlong into these bushes, but I wonder if Deficio may well do it. I think the rest of the team are going to go with him, and they are stood on top of that ward right now. They know that they're there, and they're actually pinging it and going, they're all missing. I wonder if they're stood waiting for us. And sure enough, a 5-man, they're going to maybe go across. Bjergsen is there. Deficio would get dropped very quickly. I think he just saw them. I think he just saw Creaton.
Yeah, he might have saw just a bare pixel of him. And it's kind of funny because in the last game before we remade it, Alternate actually invaded the red buff of NiP, put a ward down, then switched over to their own red, and Nautilus started exactly where he's going to be right here. And there was no lane, or there's no invade in the end for either team. So we're seeing what's going to happen this time. And it looks like we will still have normal lanes, Demon.
Yeah, it was the Explorer Award used by Deficio as well, I believe. Seeing if he can get vision there. I think it was. I didn't actually see whether that was the one he used there. We are going to see a potential invade. You can see Shock Blast hitting Bjergsen in the backside, trying to keep those Wraiths busy. Realm Lord just trying to prevent him starting off there. Of course, that's going to force Godbro just to go back to that top lane. He didn't get the experience, the extra he required. And this time it is going to be Kurt going up against him in the top lane. And of course, Realm Lord will be in that mid lane up against Bjergsen.
Yeah, so that Wraith invade was actually perfect for Realm Lord in the lane. It's a little hard for him to deal with Bjergsen if he gets an early level advantage against him, so just trying to keep him behind as much as possible. And Svenskeren did end up saving his smite at blue buff. And as you see in the bottom lane, we talked about it a little earlier, you know, what side would we favor in this kind of matchup? And I mentioned it's a little bit skill-based, but Sona and Varus as the test actually taking a huge amount of damage relatively early on.
And you know what, if that Aqua Prison had have landed on the test, I think he might have died there. Because Craton had hit level 2 just a little bit earlier, the test now just hit it. So he had that Arcane Shift and that Mystic Shot to just burst him down very quickly.
Yeah, but and the thing is, as you're seeing right now, I ended up deciding that, you know, Sona and Varus, you have a lot of poke, you have a lot of damage, but you can out-sustain alternate with this Nami, because, I mean, you do have a heal on her, but you can't use it as often as Sona can. You can't really be as aggressive with your poking.
Gold is very close between them, as you would expect. We are only 3 minutes into the game. It's not like there's been any drastic changes just yet. The top lane, of course, where we do see the jungler of RNX trying to sneak in towards that bush. He has got the double buff. Godbro's going quite aggressive here. Maybe Kirp's going to try and bait him in. I think whether he's spotting that one. Godbro immediately just goes passive there, checks that top bush. RNX is hanging around here, chugging through a pot. He's going to be high on the hit points by the time he does decide to go for this one. This could be the bait. He's going to try and get in. He's going to go on towards that Siege Minion. Will it be enough to take him down? No, I don't think it is. Just the simple tier tankiness, the passiveness of Godbro is going to be enough. And Lee Syndrome is not going to be the case for RNA. He's not going to be baited for that one.
And we talked about RNA on his Lee Sin when we were over at the Expert Test a little bit earlier. And his presence around the map was just phenomenal. And he's doing it yet again. I mentioned earlier before we had the pause last time was that Godbro, he's running that 8 flat magic pad mixed in with 8%, so he wants to go a little bit of damage, like the sword boots, the haunting guys potentially. Great job by Arnea to kind of get that flash burned at least, and that makes Kurt feel a lot more safe there.
Well, Svenskeren is trying to do a similar to Frelnor, but he's staying very close to that top river bush. He knows that it's secure because he's got that ward just above, so he knows that there's nobody going to be in that bush, which is why he's staying so close to it. That's his escape passage, should he require it from Bjergsen. And you can see he's very cautious of Bjergsen getting close to do that room prison on him. And I think that's why Svenskeren's decided it's not going to happen here. I'm just going to have to back away.
Yeah, even a ping actually came out of alternate right there, spotting him. Like, they had no vision, but they knew exactly where he was going to be. And they're able to stop that game from happening because Frelnord, I mean, to me, if he's going to beat Bjergsen, he has to do it early on. He cannot let Rise get any of his really core items, or else Rise is going to just outlast him in these fights. But relatively slow game. We have passed the point where we were earlier when we had that pause. No kills coming in just yet. And still, I mean, the trading we've been seeing, yeah, we saw Tess get very low at level 1, all healed up now. Cretan as well. He's not really having a hard time here with that lifesteal.
How do you match these, the Ezreal versus the Varus, as AD carries? If it was like, say, I don't know, both had an Infinity Edge or something, not the build that on Ezreal these days, but how do you stack these up together against each other? To me, one is more about team fighting in terms of Varus. Like, you want to get that ultimate down, you want to lock them down with this combo you have, so you want to go for that. And then over for Cretan on Ezreal, it's more about a little bit of solo play, but it's also about kiting really well or catching someone if you do go the blue build with those Iceborne gauntlets. But you know, both AD champions can put out a lot of damage. It's just going to depend on who gets ahead early on. Well, as the first backs come out there, Bjergsen does go back, picks himself up that tier of the goddess. Lee Sin's going to come around here, heading in towards Deficio. Aqua Prison does miss, but it's forced to flash away from Deficio. So successful gank, really. And now is he going to go around again? There is that ward just in the river above, so that pink ward that they did have down, or have got down in that tri-bush, doesn't give them quite vision of that. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I don't think he's really going to go back around again. He's blown 2 flashes so far for NiP, so he gave them a little bit of an advantage, but just nowadays, to me, it's not really worth getting the flash. You need to get a kill, or at least make them back out of their lane, so your AD carry, at least in this case, can push up the lane to the turret and deny a lot of CS, a lot of experience and gold over to the enemy AD carry. Bjergsen's going to get caught out in that mid lane. RNA is coming in there. He hasn't got his ultimate though, so he can't knock him backwards. But Pharrell went full on aggression there, used his ultimate to try and catch him out. And of course, the fact that he went straight back, and his first item back was a blasting one. He's going full-on aggression against Bjergsen here.
Yeah, just like we mentioned earlier, like if he's going to beat Bjergsen, he has to do it early on. And you look at Bjergsen's items, actually, he has a tier and a no magic mantle. So he really wanted to stop any burst from happening, but they're going to be going for a dive here on Bjergsen.
He's going to miss it, but that's going to be the blasting shot, and it will be enough to take him down. This time it's Ferelno that takes it. Aranea is taken very low. The Ignite still taking the minions on him as well, but it is going to get away. Will he be covered off? Yes, he will. Nami comes down in J-Re, and that just pops off that heel and secures him the kill there. Very nicely played.
It looks like Ultimate might have found the Achilles heel that was in NiP in terms of just set Bjergsen behind, and they won't be able to win the game against you. It worked mostly against EG back in the day when they camped Wicked out, and then obviously switching over to Froggen, but NiP, like, they need Bjergsen. Like, every individual member is extremely well skilled, but they need that motivation. They need that, like, he's doing well. We gotta step up, guys.
But you know, we talked about this in the analysis earlier on. The difference that Alternate had there, you saw Kerp come down, you saw Aranea in there. They were a full team working together just to get that kill, instead of just the individual solo play.
Yeah, they know the strategy. Like, they know what they want to do to beat Ninjas in Pajamas, and they're going to start executing that strategy step by step by step. And first step was just to get Bjergsen out of the game.
See if he's going to go out of it. Kerp has got that assist, of course. He's going to back off, got that Tear of the Goddess already. Is he going to push very early on for that Muramana? First, of course. He is going to start building towards that. Went for the pickaxe as well when he went back, so possibly going to get for that last whisper as early as possible before he goes for the boots.
Yeah, he wants to kind of do a lot of damage to Malphite, who naturally just gets extremely tanky, and you build towards that Sunfire Cape eventually. But Godbro, he actually picked up a Dorn's Ring, so he wants to sustain a little bit more in lane. He's currently losing in CS, and honestly, Ninjas in Pajamas are losing across the board in CS. And only their jungle is really up, and that's about 3 right now.
They have 3-man stack down the bottom. Aranea with that red buff on him. See if he's managed to land that Q onto anyone. Deficio, if he steps close to that bush, I'm almost certain they're going to go launching in on it. Of course, Creaton will follow it up. Creaton immediately just trying to force the pressure. It is going to land on him. He does manage to go for it. Didn't get the other side of him for the ulti kick though, so he couldn't force the test back in towards them. And he does just back off there. Nothing was burned though.
Yeah, the Test played very patiently right there. He had his ultimate available, and he didn't want to waste it somewhat because he knew Lee Sin's so slippery. Deficio will be hitting 6 relatively soon. In the meantime, we do have Svenskeren, and he's visiting the top lane here. He's trying to go for a kill on Kerp, though. Kerp has Flash, has Acceleration Gate to get away. Though Godbro, with that Unstoppable Force, could make a play happen.
He doesn't have boots, that's one of the main things. If he gets caught out proper, I don't think he's going to be able to escape from it, because that slow from Svenskeren could cause problems, and you can immediately see they are still trying to set up for Kerp here. But he's using that Shock Blast from long range to make sure he gets it. Now he's going to back off. I think he's going to go straight for the boots. He sensed something was coming there.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for Svenskeren because he wasn't in a ward, but Kerp just that 2950 ELO coming to play right there, backing out ahead of time. And it looks like Svenskeren going to be visiting the middle lane yet again, but Aranea is already there to counter this.
Yeah, clever play. Like Ascension, he did go back. He bought himself a ward and boots, so he's sniffing that one out. Renlold with that blue buff, just checking out. Look at that. They have that ward. They know that Svenskeren was there, and he actually wanted to go aggressive on him there. Instead, he does turn towards Bjergsen. Bjergsen tries to go aggressive, but he's going to get turned back on towards him. It will be another kill. It's Renlold that takes it with the assistance of Aranea.
I was actually thinking to myself, why did Bjergsen go in for that? But he didn't see Aranea there. And they end up going into a 1v2, and that's 2 deaths for him, and that's so unlike him. He was able to finish those Merc Treads, but a Rise who falls behind early on is going to naturally stay behind as the game progresses. He's already 20 CS down, and for Unlord, you saw the damage right there. Even without Aranea, he can almost combo him down.
Absolutely. Very strong for Unlord on that champion. And who else, really? I mean, we talked about his Twisted Fate earlier on, which wasn't actually that awe-inspiring, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
Not quite. I think his Lissandra play is even scarier, honestly, but that tower is about to go down, and now Svenskeren may well be the target for Ferelnord here. He's going to try and put the poke, didn't land the slow on him. He will back away from this one, but the ultimate's going to get turned around. Svenskeren tries to get the bounce, and if Bjergsen will close the gap here, here comes Aranea, tries to turn it back on towards Svenskeren. He may pay for it with his life. He's not quite gone down yet. But Bjergsen finally does finish him off. Actually, until the light, Svenskeren that picks up the kill there. But meanwhile, in the top lane, Godbro's getting poked. Kerp misses the Shock Blast, and that will force them to both back away.
Scumbag red buff. Svenskeren, he wanted to give that over to Bjergsen, but unfortunately didn't work out. But still, they got a kill nonetheless, and they can use that to their advantages. Godbro's just going head-to-head against Kerp. Trying to say, have him use the Unstoppable Force.
Uses the Unstoppable Force on Kerp. Wasn't expecting that, nor was Kerp, and now he's going to go down, and Godbro turns it in his favor and picks up the kill.
I think you had that right on the nose with that Curb, not expecting that at all either, because that was pretty amazing just to calculate how much damage you could possibly do to Curb, and realizing that he doesn't have the ability to knock you away anymore. That's what NiP needed. That's like a sigh of relief, because Godbro, when he steps up and plays well, like we saw Shen in the promotion tournament, like the Singe we saw earlier on in that, they can win these games. Like, he can carry the games.
He needs to be that key carry in that top lane, and he is going to be the single split pusher, I feel, and just coming into them team fights with that teleport, of course. Kerp, on the other hand, Alternate have a completely different mindset in this game. They need to be poking from range, they need to be diving in those turrets, they want to go full aggression early on. But NiP happy to play the long game. We'll see how it works out for them. 12 minutes gone. It is a 2,000 gold, just shy of difference between them. For Lord, well, he's going to be farming out those raids because CS is just going to keep on increasing over Bjergsen, who is out of mana right now, has to back away. And Skeren may be the target.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be very careful here. And one thing I'm seeing NiP might, well, not necessarily run into a problem of, is that you have a Malphite, which is always a strong pick, don't get me wrong, but you have an Ezreal who's going to probably go blue buff. Yeah, he's in fact going blue buff, so it'll be a caster Ezreal, won't be auto attack speed. You have a Jace who's going to be poking you, then trying to burst you down when he goes to hammer form, so his Grand Slam isn't going to be like what they exactly need, but Deficio is going to get caught here.
He's going to get caught out. He does flash just perfectly there. As for Relinald went in, perfectly timed flash, got him away from that one. It is a flash burn. Does mean that the blue buff is going to be the target of focus for Alternate. It has just spawned up. They have the ward coverage there, but NiP, they want to fight for this one. You can see the piercing arrow coming out onto Curve there. I don't think they're going to be able to get this one away from them, though. Aranea did have to take it just to prevent them stealing it.
Okay, so we talked about step 1 for their playbook for Alternate versus NiP. Step 1, kill Bjergsen, punish him. Step 2, keep doing that by taking away his blue buff. So they've already executed those 2 first steps. And if they keep at this rate, Bjergsen is not going to really be doing too much. So hopefully Godbro, as we talked about earlier, will be that force to really reckon with here. RNA, he's sticking around over towards the bottom lane yet again. He might be able to go in for something.
Well, NiP are going to try and invade themselves. They want to go in for the blue buff of Alternate, but it's not there right now. And now Alternate, realizing this, they're going to try and take advantage. They do manage to put the pig ward down. They're going for Dragon. Is he going to be a bait though? They might go towards the test down the bottom here. You can see the damage coming out from Creaton, already forcing it. There's a 5-member team in here. Aranea go very aggressive, managed to land the Q on towards Deficio. Chain of Corruption comes out from the test. That whips out as he manages to just safeguard away. Still, the 5 members of Alternate, they're trying to force something down the bottom here. NiP have to respond.
And Godbro, they did as well, because he teleported down to get in there and stop this fight. It looks like Deficio will be backing away right now. He's very low on health, but that crescendo would be so perfect at this point. And Alternate, I think they're going to pick up their second turn of the game.
Well, the Bjergsen is in that mid lane though, and backing away, so this looks like this tower is going to be given up. It is going to be Alternate taking down the second turret of the game. Of course, the mid one already down, so that does stretch their gold lead, 2,500 gold. They're going to turn back towards the Dragon. The rest of NiP trying to gather for this one, but Deficio and Bjergsen are a long way from the fight. Alternate could take it before they get there.
Yeah, they very well could, but it looks like Alternate just going to back away instead. Just trying to think if NiP had enough hope to really do something about it, but clearly don't. All they really have is that Varus, unfortunately. But they stopped the Dragon. They did, unfortunately, lose 1 member, but hopefully they'll be able to do something here. Cretan going to be picking up his own red. We might see a team fight breaking out relatively soon. Like, Alternate, they're pretty far ahead in items, and as well as gold. And with the composition they have right now and picking someone off, they can easily pull it off. Because Bjergsen, he's not tanky still, and the test is very squishy at this point.
Well, blue buff just spawned and was given across to Pharrell Lord. Saw Kerp just pushing up towards that top lane. As soon as they see Godbro there, they realize, okay, he's out of the picture. His teleport's already been used. Where are we going to push? What objective we can go for? It's going to be the Dragon. Godbro, he's going to have to start running right now.
I'm not 100% sure that Alternate knows his teleport is down. I don't believe he was spotted when he was coming down in there, and he never really showed himself, but just like you said, Alternate is starting Dragon, so he'll be going down very quickly here, and NiP, they're not really in a position to stop this.
The piercing arrow came across, and it's not going to be enough. RNA does take it with a smite, and NiP maybe looking to try and engage here. They are going to go towards Pharrell, there. That's not the right target to make it, so it's going to take him very low. He's going to be the focus. He's going to get dropped down. It's going to be RNA that turns that one around into 1-0 so far. Can they pick up any more? Chain of Corruption lands perfectly, and that should be the evacuation order for NiP. The test taken very, very low. Godbro coming in behind along with Bjergsen. They're going to try and turn their focus towards him. Oh, the Q from RNA not quite landing. Is the acceleration gate going to be there? No, Pharrell doesn't land his shots either. It's just going to be a straightforward 1-0 trade.
And it was unfortunate they were just split right there. NiP, they had Godbro and Bjergsen towards the top side of the fight, and the rest were obviously towards the bottom. Deficio, unfortunately, he missed the ultimate onto Pharrell, though obviously in the end you could probably argue that he was not doing anything in the meantime anyways. I really have to say, if NiP, I think, had a little bit better positioning, they could have won that fight, actually.
Yeah, and if they'd have layered their ultis correctly or gone in the right place. But this is what we talked about, the picks and bans. They have to layer everything in the right way. When a team's 0-3, I worry for what a team that has to start making those selections. You know, effectively the likes of Gambit, we saw him trying to do it before with the Curse of the Sad bullet time.
Oh gosh.
It doesn't always work. It's a very hard ultimate to lay up. It's all very good seeing exactly how to do it, but executing it is a very different ball game. Curve just going to clear out all that farm in that top lane. Meanwhile, we're NiP. They're stacking for the mid turret. They want to get in there.
Yeah, they currently don't have one right now, and the gold lead's starting to slip away from them a little bit right here. With these 4 members, they should be able to get it. RNA, the only one here to really stop it. We do have Ezreal ulti coming in just to push this wave out.
Well, we do see the Aqua Prison landing on towards Svenskeren. Curb was coming down river, but he is very slow. Still only got those tier 1 boots on him. It is going to be a successful defense for Alternate. They're going to be happy with that. And wow, look at this. Jerry putting the pink ward down, not taking any prisoners. Not even just allowing a singular ward in that mid lane.
Through the gauntlet, man. The support battles that Krep always talks about when he sees someone use a pink ward against him. Bjergsen, he's still trying to farm up a little bit. He did get a decent amount of free farm. He was a lot farther behind initially, but look at Alternate right now. They're starting to push up a little bit mid lane. They're going to start forcing NiP to group up here and stop them from being able to just split and solo farm.
Lord was just looking for his opportunity to go dashing in on Svenskeren. I think he feels now that he's got that Abyssal Scepter and needlessly large rod, he can pop anyone fairly quickly if he lands his combo on them, which you would expect him to. Kurt pretty low on mana, so I expect he won't be sticking around too much longer against Godbro in that top lane, and that may be where the first tower will fall for NiP. Godbro's been keeping that pressure up there, but we do see Aranea, he's going aggressive, he's going in towards those golems at the moment, taking it around. They may try and close on towards Godbro, they can see him passing by the tri-bush, they've got wards all the way around the red bush, so they know that he's going down there. That blue buff is up at the moment, Alternate gonna try and steal it away.
Looks like Bjergsen, he really needs to grab this one. He hasn't had a blue buff just yet. Looks like he will finally be able to lock that one down as the Ezreal ulti comes in, but we have Arna coming in behind Godbro right here, and they actually might be able to dive him here. He does have a Sunfire Cake, so he's very tanky, and the turret is very low, but instead they back away, and if you noticed what happened in that last couple of minutes of action was that Alternate, they grouped up middle, and then Kirk just sat in the bush in the river and just sat there. He didn't bother going towards middle, but Godbro, he started running right away because he knew if he starts losing team fights when he isn't there, they're going to fall even further behind. But in the meantime, NiP, they're going to be pushing middle, trying to go for this turret. RNA is going to be coming in from behind potentially, and they might have a 4-on-4 engage.
He passes straight by Ward, pink straight on him immediately. Lord is going to go aggressive on towards Bjergsen, catches him straight out and takes him down before he gets Chain of Corruption is going to be able to slow Alternate down. He may stop the escape. It's the test they're going to go for. RNA does land the kick. He's going to get in towards him. Has got his ultimate used already, so he's going to try and go aggressive. The test tries to pick up a kill on Jay Reed's not going to happen. Kratos picks up a double.
Very well done by Pharrell mode right there just to initiate that entire fight. And RNA is still counter jungling right here as Svenskeren standing right by the side, not really doing anything just yet as he does smite it away. So luckily he does get that, but that's Pharrell Lord, like I was talking about earlier, the selfless play out of him just going in, locking down Bjergsen, and then just the damage he did to him. He did absolutely nothing. Even the Crescendo couldn't save him. And also now they should be able to take this turret.
And looking at the gold, you can see why that difference is. There's nearly a 2,000 gold between the two AP mid and the AD carry. Pharrell Lord is going to get caught out. Teleport comes out from Godbro, flashes away. Knew that hook was coming in from Svenskeren. Does manage to defend that inner turret, but for how long it was there? Just a couple of 100 hit points left on it. Kraton's getting massive amounts of free farm in that bottom lane. He's at 190 CS right now. Goes back. He's going to get that play of the Rune King. He's already got that on him. That blue Ezreal is going to be very, very strong. This may be the first ultimate. No! He lands on towards RNA. He does go down. NiP get themselves a kill, but they're trying to go aggressive. They still haven't done a great deal of damage to that tower, though. So all they get for that is a singular kill. They need the towers.
And they lose the top word in the meantime as well. And Godbro, we always talk about teleports, and unfortunately for him, the two he has used so far haven't really been impactful. But NiP not giving up just yet. They're trying to go middle still. Brandlord's ultimate will be up very soon, though.
Now the wave gets cleared out once again. Kraton comes in from the side. They're putting the pressure down. Bjergsen, he's managed to get on towards Brandlord. He does go down. Deficio caught in the aqua bubble, but they do manage to get themselves a second kill. These are going to be important kills for NiP. They need everything they can take right now because they're over 4,500 gold behind.
I can hear Bjergsen right now. It's going to be Danish, but he's like, team, please, come on. I just want to kill. That's the second time. Unfortunately for him, it was stolen away, but he does have his Rod of Ages, so he's going to be start getting the extra health, the extra mana from that. And he's almost tanky enough, I think, right now to deal with Pharrell Lord. He might actually go for a Banshee's Veil relatively soon just to really deal with that. And that's kind of what he has to do. That's what we've seen Alternate do every time. Single him out in these fights, kill him. And they haven't even started going for the test yet, which without Cleanse, without a QSS, and honestly being pretty far behind right now, can't really deal with the damage either.
But as we've seen many, many times from Alternate, it's Creaton that is the pain in the backside. It is Alternate going straight in for Dragon. NiP are close by. They're not going to run blindly into this one though. The test of Deficio just lingering around. The rest of the team coming down, but the Dragon already gone. And NiP are late to the party.
See, one thing I love about Alternate compared to other teams is that if they're going to group up for something, they do it. Like, they're not going to just group up and be like, oh, that failed, we have to go back to lanes kind of thing, because they want to make everything they do impactful. And it's been working out so well for them as they are currently sitting 3-0. NiP, they're really on the back foot right here. Brunler was able to get his blue buff. He's backing with quite a bit of gold. Actually goes for a Blasting Wand, so his death cap will be done really soon, and that is bad news for NiP. I think if he gets that done in the next couple of minutes, they're going to start forcing some fights.
Well, what is bad news is Kerp has completed that Muramana to the Manamune. You can see other way around. And he's got the Brutalizer in there as well. So he's going to be doing a lot more damage when those spikes come out from those shot blasts. We saw it earlier on with Frog and just how much of an impact that can happen in the fight. Just poke them down. Oh, RNA has caught the kick on towards Godbro, pokes him towards him as well, safeguards back. Doesn't go full on aggression. Godbro trying to find his moment to use that unstoppable force to land it perfectly. It was only RNA they managed to pop down last time, and there's that poke I'm talking about on towards the test. Slowly but surely though, chipping them down, taking that turret down. Oh, Ferelnord went very aggressive in there. Thought he could try and force something from Godbro.
Doesn't look like he's done just yet. I mean, you got Godbro down to half health here, and NiP, they had to give that turret away. Bjergsen went to the top lane. He wanted to get a little bit of farm here, which he's still picking up here or there as the Negatron cloak does come in, so actually might go in, but wow, the ultimate out for Ferelnord just destroys the test.
Catching on towards the test, but the Chain of Corruption lands perfectly. Whittles out, they have to quickly zone away from it, and well, a couple of ultimates used there. The test very, very low, but they do survive. Dodges down of that Arcane True Shot Barrage. Damn it, get my words right. Quick Shot will be giving me lines later or something, I don't know what, but it is going to be the blue buff being picked up. RNA will take that one down. Creaton will be giving it. Ooh, that's the Arcane shift away there. As Sven Skeren came in to try and give him trouble, RNA was the one that ended up picking the blue buff.
Yeah, and we saw right there just, it was pretty much a full combo came out of Ferelnord onto the test.
Oh,
and
it's a flash he just burned. Wow, Creaton forced the flash away from that one.
Okay, just wants to stay alive, doesn't want to give away anything just yet, but that full combo almost was able to kill the test, and if anyone else in Alternate just sneezed on him, he would have fallen over, which, you know, one shot blast out of Kurt might have been enough to do that, so also they gotta be feeling pretty good right now. They've been taking pretty much every dragon of the game. I believe that is their third, or actually no, second at the moment. But Baron, we saw earlier how sour it could go between Lemondongs and Evil Geniuses. I don't think they're gonna go for it though.
Yeah, it's that new magnet that's been many times called. It does cause problems. So many teams just throw themselves in towards it. We saw it constantly throughout the promotion series, and I think both these teams are going to be aware of that.
See, to me, it's like the newer teams. I was just going to see if we had a little bit of fight going on, but like the newer teams, they kind of have that problem of maybe potentially not being able to finish games without that Baron, without that heavy advantage. As God,
you know, it's going to be the ultimate action on towards the test. The wave comes through. He gets caught out. Deficio gets caught on it. You see RNA, the kick doesn't work, doesn't matter. The Q lands on him. And that will be Alternate picking up a couple of kills again, pushing through that mid lane. Are they going to go towards the inhibitor turret? It is exposed, but Ferelnord already backing away. The rest of Alternate around. Kerp actually separated here. Godbro trying to pick him off, but they're not going to go for any objectives. Looks like it's just going to be farm out all of the opposition jungle.
They're just hurting them so bad. NiP is just struggling for money right now. We're 25 minutes in, and they're almost 10,000 gold behind at this point. And even with those kills, I'm a little bit surprised that Alternate didn't push for anything else, but it's like they have the lead. They want to play it safe. They don't want to give anything away because they still have that very scary initiate out of NiP.
It may get focused on. He's in this mid lane, pushing on towards that turret. The open turret. Of course, Ferelnord and Kerp are close by. I wonder if they're going to try and set something up. Creaton in the top lane, though. He's taking pressure from Godbro. Look at the damage that Godbro's starting to lay down on him. It's going to cause him a problem. The Shard will be back up in a moment. It's going to slow him down. He's going to have that Arcane Shift available. He's not going to pursue it, though. Got to the turret in safety.
Well, that's definitely a good sign for NiP, as we were mentioning earlier, where Godbro did 1v1 Kerp. Is if he can pretty much solo Creaton himself, that means he's not going to be in the fight. And all they really need to deal with is Ferelnord and Kerp on top of that. And it's going to be tough with Ferelnord, obviously, with that pretty much pseudo-Zonias he has. As they are starting to push up here, and they're getting very aggressive. They don't really have any wards down just yet. And we might need to see Deficio pick up an Oracle relatively soon to kind of clear that vision out and maybe open up a potential kill.
Fereldenlord's hoping he could get behind someone there and maybe take the poke. There is a wave coming up down that bottom lane. It's almost certainly going to be this bottom inner turret. It will be the next focus of target. NiP are all in position, ready to fight for this one. This may be the first 5v5 we're going to get to see proper.
It definitely might happen here, but Alternate, they're going to start sieging his turret down, and NiP has to be very careful, as well as Alternate, because of the engages on both sides. And it looks like they're just going to poke. I mean, that's kind of what they're based around with that caster Ezreal with Jace. They're going to do as much damage as possible from range before they go for an engage, and Sona can only do so much with that if Kerp keeps landing these shock blasts.
Well, they're going to keep on poking through. Godbro has to buy the right perfect time. Oh, the Aqua Prison lands on towards Godbro. Godbro taking very low. The Tess also caught by that shock blast, and well, it just seems that Alternate are slowly but forward, surely driving them back away from this turret. The turret will go down, and look at that. Fereldenlord goes full on aggression. Manages to land his ultimate. Spencer's going to get popped. The Chain of Corruption does land on all of Alternate, along with a great crescendo coming out from Deficio there. Can they turn this aggression back around on them? Bjergsen does manage to get that kill off Fereldenlord. It's just a 1-for-1, but the turret going down, and now Kerp coming back in. Shock blast, acceleration gate on towards Deficio. The ultimate kick comes out. Aranea takes down the Test, but he pays for it with his life, and it's Bjergsen that picks up another kill.
So in the end, a 2-for-2, and Alternate picking up that turret. That's a relatively good sign for NiP right there. And I wonder if Fereldenlord actually maybe misclicked because he went in ulted himself. He actually really didn't lock down anyone on the other team except Godbro, who is obviously really tanky, but Dragon is back up again, and Alternate, they favor it.
Yeah, they're going to take this Dragon with ease, and that's going to stretch their gold lead to close to 8,000 gold now. So definitely pushing heavily in the favor of Alternate, just as it's done so far all weekend. This would take them to 4-0. What a dream start in the Super Week for the Summer Series for Alternate. You know, this is a team that was almost out of it. They were 2-0 down in the promo. They came back and took down Dragonborns 3-2. What a fantastic performance. It wasn't Dragonborns,
it was,
tell a lie.
Oh,
it was Giants. Managed to take them down 3-2 in effectively one of the longest games they've had for a long time.
And I have to ask, like, if you look at this, will they be able to continue at this pace throughout the rest of the season? Obviously, the other teams have that training of already doing it once, and they have the longevity in their team and have the patience to kind of keep going along with it. But also, off to a running start here if they could hit this 4-0.
Who knows? I mean, the players have the skill. They all had the highest elo in the world. It wasn't, you know, just in Europe. They had the highest elo in the world. These guys, 3 of them, were the first, second, and third player in the world of elo. 2,000, 3,000. 2,900 and 2,800. Bjergsen's going to get focused on here, I feel. You're going to see the True Shot Barrage coming across. It does catch on towards him. There's the wave. They're going to ride it in. Godbro's going to be the focus target. He's getting hammered from pillar to post. Unstoppable Force was used, but all it caught was Aranea. Now you can see Fereldenlord diving in. The Tess is going to get caught out. He gets taken down. It's a double kill. Picked up for Creaton. Now they're going in towards Svenskeren. He's going to have to slide away from this one. The Shock Blast coming in, but Alternate continue the driving force back onto NiP.
Does Creedon ever die, Demon? We were trying to ask about the KDA earlier on, but they do catch Aqua Prison. Oh, Fereldenlord, he wanted to go in right there, as Bjergsen did pop that Seraph's Embrace, but that's just perfect engagements every time out of Alternate.
Well, we saw Cop from Curse having a fantastic KDA last season in the North America, but honestly, I'd love to know what Creaton's at, because that guy has just not been dying, and he's just been getting kill after kill. 2 quadra kills in the last match, of course, as well, so his stats are through the roof, but Alternate are going to be taking down the first inhibitor turret of the game, and they are breaking down the NiP defenses every single time they attack.
Yeah, playing it like a tutorial right now. I mean, they didn't want to go for an inhibitor since they had Svenskeren respawning as well as Godbro, and they don't want to go up against that, but still, like we were saying earlier, they're choking them in terms of the money, they're taking away their jungle on their way back to buy, and considering they have a lot of money to spend as well, a lot of items going to be coming in here. A Void Staff for Fereldenlord. That is going to be really hard for Bjergsen to deal with, as if he was already almost dying anyways.
Well, it's an 11,000 gold lead now, and you know that every poke that comes out from Kerp, if it lands, it's going to be chunking hit points down. Deficio, he's tried to stack quite a bit of hit points in there, actually. He's got more hit points than the Tess right now, because he realizes he is going to be one of those focus targets. The Tess himself trying to get as much damage as he can. He's desperately trying to get that Infinity Edge, but still no attack speed on him either, and not really a great deal of help from the rest of his team. If he gets focused, gets targeted, he is going down. That Chain of Corruption has been vital. He's been landing it.
Yeah.
There's nothing to follow it up.
Yeah, they don't have the damage behind it, unfortunately. And I was thinking to myself, Demon, how does Kerp land these shock blasts so perfectly and quickly every time with the trackball mouse? Like, just thinking about that, the accuracy is just ridiculous, but
just imagine what it'd be like with a real mouse.
I know, right? but Jerry, he has an Oracle, so he's clearing out all that vision we were talking about earlier. As Cretan, he's chasing out Bjergsen. He's going to be going in for this.
He's going. Alkan shifts towards him, doesn't quite land. He did have that red buff on, of course, was trying to get the slowdown. It's going to be an exposed inhibitor, and they're going straight in for this one. Kerp is not with them. But then again, nor is Godbro. Godbro's pushing that bottom turret. It could be the second turret of the game for NiP if he can get it. But Kerp, what he's doing is shoving that top wave. They're going to go towards that inner turret. They've managed to get a poke on towards the inhibitor. Godbro desperately, he's teleporting in. He's teleporting towards the Baron area, actually. They're going to try and collapse on towards this fight. Godbro thought he could get behind him. Instead, he's come around towards Svenskeren. They have great ward coverage, Alternate. They are ready and waiting for this fight.
It might break out here very soon if they do go in.
It is going to be RNA just zipping around, trying to bait anything out. Instead, he's going to get caught out, but look at that. Not a great deal of burst coming in, but instead, Svenskeren is going to get targeted. Chain of Corruption does not land. RNA is still in between them. There's Lord. He's the only single target for Godbro. He does manage to take it down. It's going to be the crescendo landing across there. RNA uses the ultimate kick. The test is taken very, very low, but not dropped yet. But Kerp drops the hammer on him. He takes him down. It's still very low across the board. Svenskeren is going to be the focus, the target next. RNA is going to get towards him. There comes Kraton. He is unstoppable. Bjergsen goes in. Kerp takes him down. That's another kill for Kraton. He's going to see if he can finish off one more on towards Deficio. That will be the triple kill for him when he finally lands it. If RNA does let him get away with it. One more shot. That's all you need. There it is. The ace from Kraton and the triple kill. They're going to push on. They've got minions piling up the mid lane, and they are just going to drive it home against NiP.
They might be able to actually finish this right now. And that last fight, it was very well done by NiP. They caught Lord. They killed him. The test survived the burst that he put out, but it's like, oh yeah, we got Lord, but then you have Kerp jumping on you, you have Cretan jumping on you, and Alternate, they're going to go for the win.
They are going to go for the win. The Nexus turrets are going to be falling, and it is going to be Alternate going 4-0, topping the league right now. MYM, they are going to be giving chase. They're going to be facing off against Gambit as well. But what a game, and Alternate are looking unstoppable in this very first summer Super Week. Wow, what a performance.
Did anyone out there just say the European Cloud9? Because I think I just heard it in my head right there. As they're already 4-0, one game away from having a perfect start to LCS. You really got to give them credit. That step-by-step plan they had worked out so well for them, Demon.
And that is the fourth separate strategy we've now seen from Alternate. They have executed every different type of strategy you can use. That was a poke comp effectively there for Lord, again, just going in once he sees the opportunity, but everybody has the faith in him and backs him up. But look at Kraton again, 7-0-5. The guy is a machine.
He just does not die, and he was farming extremely well. He was about 60 CS ahead of the test towards the end of that game. And also, who can't they beat? That's the real question.
Absolutely. And I can't take away from J-Ree as well. 1-1-12. You've always got to give the support credit. Those waves were coming in, landing them perfectly. It's such a slow ultimate as well, but it lands every time.
He had some really good, a couple of really good ones where he stood max range of where he wanted to go, and because it was max range, it would actually hit, one in particular, hit Godbro on the tail end of it, knocked him up, and they were able to pick up that kill and push off of that. But yeah, phenomenal Nami.
Well, let's get over towards our analysis desk, of course. It is going to be Joe Miller and Trevor Quickshot Henry to take us through what Alternate did to just destroy the Ninjas in Pajamas.
Thank you for that one. We're actually going to bring Shox up on stage for this one. Unfortunately, Joe is not here for this particular analysis segment. So, Shox, we were looking through the game, and another loss for Ninjas in Pajamas. It was definitely not one that many of the fans here were hoping for. It was a bit of a bother. Thank you for joining me here in such short notice.
Yeah.
One of the things that was very frustrating to deal with as far as the game was concerned was that Ninjas in Pajamas, they're just not controlling the pace of the game. Every single time Alternate are fighting, they're setting those engagements up. Now, how would you feel if you were 0-4? What would you say to a team like this now?
Well, they're clearly on tilt, and I think if we watch the games, this isn't the NiP or the Copenhagen Wolves we saw in the spring split, and the thing that I think we noticed the most is that the synergy is just off where it was like watching a Harmony in the spring split, and I don't know if it's because they are on a tilt or if it's just because it was the beginning of the season and they started losing and it's kind of gotten out of control as it is.
Pretty much. So in the game, I'm going to jump us into a replay right now. So let's have a look here. It is about 29 minutes into the game, and the reason I've selected this particular replay is it basically highlights the entire story of what this game was about. And if you look at the Ninjas in Pajamas, Godbro is out of position. We'll actually drop the HUD here and you can play this through at halfway speed, and Alternate basically just engaged on Godbro, who's meant to be the tankiest member. He gets completely caught out. Arana uses his, ultimate to focus down Malphite. There's a Rise, there's a Nautilus nearby. Sono is even closer. They just basically focus the tank. as the fight continues, Ferenlord comes in from the back, locks up Bjergsen in the test. They end up getting 2 kills and manage to escape, but the main story, and this is basically the theme of the entire matchup, is that Alternate would find a way to work their way into the jungle, work their way into an objective, pick up some kills, and then just roll away with it.
Absolutely, and as we know, no vision and no control of your own jungle spells right at the end, and I do think we should highlight Creaton as well. The entire day he was just on point, and I'd love to interview him right now, but
maybe we'll be able to. Maybe we'll be able to. Yeah, you know, I'm glad you bring that up, because I think you know, they were talking about his KDA, just how well he's been playing. He also built Ezreal a little bit differently to how we see the blue build of Ezreal, which has become the standard. So it's something that I think Reddit will be talking about, and a lot of other AD carries will be looking at. I know Snoopy and I were actually, you know, talking about how AD carries itemize during the course of that game, and we were discussing the pros and cons.
3 Doran's Blades.
Yeah, 3 Doran's Blades. Genja, let's be honest, it didn't work. Tried it twice, didn't work. So yeah, that's basically it from us here. You're obviously not going to be doing an interview.
No, so I suppose we'll go into a break. We're of course going to have SK versus Gambit up next. SK, you know, I was sitting next to Ocelot on the couch, and they really want that win, so they're going to come in fighting. So SK Gaming versus Gambit after the break.